What's up everyone, David here, welcome back to McSolaar TV, hope you guys are having a great day. Quick internal message before we start this video. Thank to everybody for the love and support. Everybody's asking me how Bella is doing. Unfortunately, although she's better, she's still very ill and we still don't have a diagnosis. I am confident that eventually we'll get to it. But for now, it's just a waiting game and doing more exams and wait. I'm saying this to give you a quick update without going into too much detail and also ask you to keep supporting the channel because, of course, while I'm doing my best to keep the content up, it's still not easy. So I would appreciate if you guys just put a playlist running or use the super thank to support the channel or join as a member. Of course, you can find all the mix and mastering courses on the website mixplusTV.com. Any way you can support the channel, that helps a lot. I am fortunate enough to be very busy with mixes and masters for clients, and of course those are coming first, but I'm also doing my best to keep the content up. But if you help me, that would be much appreciated. You guys are the ones who keep the channel alive. With that said, let's get to the video. What are we doing today? We are comparing two behemoth AD converter, two mastering converters, my two favorites, and that's why I have them, my trusty Dangerous AD Plus that I had for years, love it to death, and my newly acquired BURL B2 Bomber. Let me start by saying that I worked and tried all the converters on the market. I used to have a Crane Song head, loved that one as well, but these two are really the best converters in my opinion, AD converters in my opinion. And also I feel they are the two converters that are more different between each other. There's more difference between these two converters than any other that I've tried or worked with. The Dangerous being super transparent, open, very detailed, almost a magnifying glass on your music. Is so precise, so fast on the transients, and so very transparent. It has a transformer option, which, to be honest, I don't think I've ever used. I probably used it once. It's not my favorite. It's off 99.9% of the time, and that's how I use it. While the BURL is definitely the most colored converter that I've ever heard. And that's why it makes sense for me to have both. It's thick, it's got a transformer in it, you can drive it hard, and it's so very different from the Dangerous. Not better or worse. Again, that's why I have both. They obviously fit different styles and different type of music. This is gonna be a very geeky video, okay? So if you're not up for it, this is not the video for you. We are really trying to hear the details. I'm working for this video at 88.2, although I'm capturing for YouTube with the audio that YouTube allows. Still better to, work a higher sample rate. We will hear multiple genres, different type of content, because you will hear, and this is how I formed my opinion and how I learned which one to use when. There's no winner here. They are extremely different, and the difference is 100% program dependent. And granted that we'll also hit them at different levels, because especially the BURL, it reacts differently. The Dangerous, it doesn't really, but the Dangerous clips very well. It's on some material, that's one of the reasons because I had it, you can clip up to 4 or 5 dB and it's completely transparent. No digital limiter and no clipper can do that. Not on all material though. The BURL also clips, but it's not transparent when it does. So it's all a matter of taste. You want character, you want color, you want rounding on the transient on the BURL, or you want complete transparency and openness. You want thicker low end, and the BURL is the choice, and so on. And about the low end on the BURL, this is a premise that I feel like doing. Everybody talks about the BURL being thicker. Everybody talks about the BURL having more low end, low mids, which it's true, it does. The low end is not the only thing that the transformers add. In fact, you will hear that when we hit the BURL hard to the clipping point, it doesn't only add low end, but it actually adds some excitement, some saturation in the higher mids, high range. You will hear this clearly because if we don't hit the BURL hard, you will only hear a little bit more low end. It's not the only difference. I'll get into the details as we go. You hear a little bit more low end. But as we push the BURL and the AD Plus stays consistent, the BURL changes. And you will hear that it actually starts adding top end, I call it top end, but it's a range around high, mids, and top end, right? And it depends on the material. Sometimes it's more apparent, sometimes it's less apparent. And the way I'll run the test, we're gonna actually hear a mix that I did for a client last week, and I printed 2 versions of the mix, one with a BURL and one with a 80 plus, and then we picked the one we like the best. Everybody picked the 80 plus in that case, but that makes sense because I mixed with the 80 plus. And then at the end of the mix, when I printed with the 80 plus, I said, you know what, I'm just gonna print one with the BURL as well, and we'll decide. So it's not fair to the BURL because I mix, auditioning and listening to the 80 plus, but that is a test that mix is full analog. So I have 2 passes for the mix, one at regular level and one pushed, so we can hear the printed files. And then I will also do it in real time. So I have a bunch of mixes here, you can see here. And what I will do, we will just audition in real time. I will switch, you will see me touching this switch here, which again, I have a video on it, on how I do it. And we'll hear a mix, and then we'll switch one and the other, and we'll stop and do some commentary. And I will also hit the mix at different levels, so we can, get a better picture, because there are many variables that dictate the differences. Material, number one, how much low end, how much top end, and then what level we are hitting the converter at. We can start this by listening to the mix that I've already done for the client. Actually, the song is already out if you want to hear it. It's called Sienna Bay, Stuck on Goodbyes, just released last week. I think also it's a cool mix. By the way, I'll probably turn this mix into either a few videos or a full mixing course if you guys like it. So we have 4 passes for this. This is the 80 plus, and this is the BURL, right? Orange are all 80 plus and greens are all the BURLs. And then we have an 80 plus pushed almost to clipping, and then the BURL almost pushed to clipping. I level matched them perfectly. So there's no nominal level difference whatsoever, okay? And the differences that you hear are all 100% the voicing of the converter, okay? So we'll start and listen to the non-pushed version. 80 plus first, BURL second. Okay, I will stop here for a second because I think especially in the chorus, the differences are already very clear, right? And again, remember I mixed this song with the 80 plus and then I switched and printed a version with the BURL. Obviously, the BURL has more low end. There's more bass, more kick, to the point that we all prefer the 80 plus because it seemed a little too much. If I was probably mixing, with a BURL since the beginning, would have been different, but it doesn't matter. This is the mix not mastered, by the way. What you hear at this level, which was a conservative level, you hear that the 80 plus has more clarity in the mid-range and the vocals and the snare. It's just cleaner. The BURL obviously has more low end, it's thicker, and there's something different, I want to say, in the front to back placement, but on this track is not that much. You will hear more when we do the real life test in real time. The problem that I have with the BURL here is that it kind of rounds off and it loses a little bit of detail in the high mid-range and all the prettiness of the vocals and a little bit of the snare. Meaning what I gain in size, I lose in definition and detail. Now let's listen to the pushed pass. Right, even the vocals here, because as the song progresses, there's more energy, right? So it gets saturated more. Even the vocals here appears almost brighter on the BURL, but it's just more saturated. It's just more colored. I define it as spicy, which sometimes is great, but sometimes it's too much. What I think it's gonna be the most telling test, which is live, real-time messing with. So the camera is gonna be on the converter so you can see which one I'm using. Okay, once again, here we clearly hear the BURL would probably be the best, I want to say, converter for this, although these are finished mixes. But we can clearly hear how much bigger is the low end here. And it is bigger in a pleasant way. Granted that, if you notice, I should probably go back in level, but the low end gets bigger. But it's bigger even if you don't hit it hard. And when you hit it hard, it also starts to saturate. And you will hear this clearly in really heavy, low-end material. If you want to clip it, if there's too much low-end, you can, because the low-end is going to saturate, while the Dangerous doesn't. If the material is right to be clipped, with it, nothing changes. It just, you don't hear it at all. Let's do another song. Let's start with conservative level. You know, sunshine on this side of town. You could get lost and never be found. Fuck it, I'ma ride out till my fucking time's out. So I gotta make it. It's do or die now, and my soul is tainted. Should've been out by now, running out of patience, losing my mind now. Feel like I gotta watch my back, I'm in danger. Used to be homie, some changed up, hard working, not a sailor, just caked up. Okay, for this one, for example, it already has a lot of low end and is very dynamic. Even at this level, the BURL adds a little too much, while the Dangerous gives me exactly what it is. Let's push it, let's see where we go with it. You know, sunshine on this side of town. You could get lost and never be found. Fuck it, I'ma ride out till my fucking time's out. So I gotta make it. It's do or die now, and my soul is tainted. Should've been out by now, running out of patience, losing my mind now. Feel like I gotta watch my back, I'm in danger. Used to be homie, some changed up, hard working, not a sailor, just caked up. I made up my, you know, sunshine on this side of town. You could get lost and never be found. Okay, what you hear is exactly what I was talking about before. The transient of the kick starts rounding off a little too much. Yes, the BURL always has and always will have this bump on the low end, right? But the Dangerous has a cleaner transient on the low end. Transients are not just snares and high frequency percussions, right? The kick has a transient as well. So the Dangerous to me keeps that more intact, even though we are clipping about easy 2 dB here. And now I'm gonna lower the calibration and the input level on the same song so you can hear that different as well.
You know, sunshine on this side of town. You could get lost and never be found. Fuck it, I'ma ride out till my fucking time's out. So I gotta make it, it's do or die now. And my soul is sainted, should've been out by now. Running out of patience, losing my mind now. Feel like I gotta watch my back, I'm a danger. Used to be homie, some changed up, hard working, now they say look, just caked up, I made up my, you know, sunshine on this side of town. You could get lost and never be found. Fuck it, I'ma ride out till my fucking time's out. So I gotta make it, it's do or die now. And my soul is sainted, should've been out by.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm glad I found at least one. Now that we are calibrating at this point on -18 and we are attenuating the BURL on -18, the level here is still high. So it's still at the clipping level, right? So in fact, if I go back,
You know, sunshine on this side of town. You could get lost and never.
right? But if I attenuate, you will hear what? Pay attention to the hat, especially. The BURL now, it doesn't just have more low end, it saturates that range of the hat and the snare. Listen to the snare only.
You know, sunshine on this side of town. You could get lost and never be found.
Right? I promise you I'll find another example that is even more apparent. We'll start with the level the mix is at. We go back to normal -13.
Yeah, beat cock and assassin. Ha, feel the rush of adrenaline. Yeah, pull back again. Pump the right medicine. Pick up the veterans. Beat cock and assassin. Ha, feel the rush of adrenaline. Yeah, pull back again. Pump the right medicine. Pick up the veterans. Yeah, beat cock and assassin. Ha, feel the rush of adrenaline. Yeah, pull back again. Pump the right medicine. Pick up the veterans. Peacock and assassin. Ha! Feel the rush of adrenaline. Yeah! Pull back again. Pump the right medicine. Pick up the veterans. Yeah! Peacock and assassin. Ha! Feel the rush of adrenaline. Yeah! Pull back again. Pump the right medicine. Pick up the veterans. Peacock and assassin. Ha! Feel the rush of adrenaline. Yeah! Pull back again. Pump the right medicine. Pick up the veterans. Yeah! Peacock and assassin. Ha! Feel the rush of adrenaline. Yeah! Pull back again. Pump the right medicine. Pick up the veterans. Peacock and assassin. Ha! Feel the rush of adrenaline. Yeah! Pull back again. Pump the right medicine. Pick up the veterans. Yeah! Peacock and assassin. Ha! Feel the rush of adrenaline. Yeah! Pull back again. Pump the right medicine. Pick up the veterans. Peacock and assassin.
Okay, on this one again, same thing. When pushed, there's a little too much color in that low end, okay? I want to find something that is more flattering for the BURL because I feel like I'm saying that the 80 plus is better, which is absolutely not what I intend to do. I do truly believe that there's no winners here and it all depends on the material.
Let's go, heartbreak motel. There's no day you are the curse of bed. Let's go, heartbreak motel. There's no day you are. Heartbreak motel, burn to the ground. Had to do it now so you can come.
All right, again, interesting. As you move the gain and depending on how hard you hit them, the Dangerous tends to be more consistent, but things change a lot on the BURL, and it's all a matter of like which song is gonna be the right one, and actually which converter is gonna be the right one for a given song.
I know one day I will make it. Real warriors, we ain't gonna fake it. With positivity, the world will come to take it. The wicked man bangs, we break it. A son said, I know one day I will make it. Real warriors ain't gonna fake it. With positivity, the world will come to take it. The wicked man bangs, we break it. So you can hate we if you wanna. Yet we manifest the works that I live is still gonna have to rise up the red, gold and green.
See, for example, this one, I feel like the BURL really adds a different sound stage to it. Definitely prefer it for this one. Let's try to push it.
I know one day I will make it. Real warriors, we ain't gonna fake it. With positivity, the world will come to take it. The wicked man bangs, we break it. A son said, I know one day I will make it. Real warriors ain't gonna fake it. With positivity, the world will come to take it. The wicked man bangs, we break it. So you can hate we if you wanna. Yet we manifest the works that I live is still gonna have to rise up the red, gold and green banner. So me no give a damn if them a critical rascana, yo. Me touch the road, I hail the warrior upon the corner. The city street, coastline, the countryside farmer. We a live by the code and them not disrespect the order. No fool could have violate the border, we no wash them Prada. In a no mud, me nah go walla. No beg them, no friends about them, me nah go follow. Them a the done, but last time man stand taller. So me no red like.
That's, I feel, the sweet spot of the BURL is. So right before clips, right, you can see here, if you don't touch the red, that's, I feel, it's the sweet spot where you can hear the transformer, you can hear the soundstage, and again, it all depends on the material. Some things, just one is better than the other. But generally speaking, I feel because I am so used of the Dangerous being so forgiving that I can just hit the red and not even think about it. And sometimes that doesn't sound good, but generally speaking, I feel the BURL doesn't really like that much on most material. Meaning, if I need to clip my converter, I would probably go to the Dangerous. But if you stay a little lower, and maybe a dB even lower than that, that's, I feel, the sweet spot. Because if you hear what's happening here, same exact level, just switching, the BURL actually feels slightly louder. And that's because of the transformer, right? But it's not too much. It's not crunch, it's not saturating too much the low end, is not saturating anything too much. It's actually adding a little nice color and character. So pay attention, just when I switch now, going from the 80 plus to the BURL feels slightly higher in level.
I know one day I will make it. Real warriors, we ain't gonna fake it. With positivity, the world will come to take it. The wicked man bangs, we break it. A son said, I know one day I will make it. Real warriors ain't gonna fake it. With positivity, the world will come to take it. The wicked man bangs, we break it. So you can hate we if you wanna. Yet we manifest the works that I live is still gonna have to rise up the red, gold and green banner. So me no give a damn if them a critical rascana, yo.
It's funny because I feel even in where the material is more dynamic, so the verses, the low level information comes up a little higher on the BURL. I really like that. Really, really like that. Let's do another bass heavy track. All right, same thing. This is interesting because the BURL adds a little more splash to the snare, besides the low end. But the Dangerous has faster transient. So it's kind of a weird, interesting trade-off between the two. Dangerous is always consistent. It never changes, right? While the BURL is more a piece of gear that is alive. And there is a little bit of trade-off because the 80 Plus will always give you the clean transient very fast, but it might be less exciting than the BURL because even though the BURL is a little, the slew rate might be a little slower, it adds that splashy, spicy thing on the snare, which is very, very, very interesting.
Right before you try to come at me, all I need is to feed off you, you can feed off me. All I need is to let you go, please step off me. You don't really wanna see deep beneath me, cause if you do, I ruin you, never to be seen. All I need is to feed off you, you can feed off me. All I need is to let you go, please stay above me. You don't really wanna touch us all, baby. Cause if you do, I ruin you, never to be seen. Living in false reality, don't wake me up, I'm fine being asleep. No happy ending for me, but I give pain, I just ain't, so don't feel bad for me. Living in false reality, don't wake me up, I'm fine being asleep. No happy ending for me, but I give pain, I just ain't, so don't feel bad for me. All I need is to feed off you, you can feed off me. All I need is to let you go, please stay above me. All I need is to feed off you, you can feed off me. All I need is to let you go, please stay above me. You don't really wanna know deep beneath me, cause if you do, I'll ruin you.
Yeah, okay, so on this one, and again, I mixed this one on the 80 Plus at the time, so it makes sense. The BURL, it's a little too colored. Whether we are pushing it even at more conservative levels, I did prefer the 80 Plus because again, there's this clarity in the mid-range that on some material, it's just the BURL loses a little bit compared to the Dangerous in favor of low end, which is all good. Like I said, they are different. They are meant to be different.
Time bomb. It's ball time. Mixed action. Inhuman. Intention. Borrowed time. Your half. Mine. Take what you can. Can't. Take what you can. Get. Like a near-death experience, like a bullet threat from a single time bomb. It's ball time, mixed action, inhuman intention.
This is hard. This is hard because again, when we saturate on a song like this, you hear the BURL being, the perceived loudness is just a hair higher. And I say what I've said before, it feels like it brings up a little more detail on the low level information. So whatever is lower in level, it's a little higher. And it's explained easily with the action of the transformer. But the 80 Plus, it's clearer and it has that snappy transient. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there's no winner here. That's also why I have both. I think they are both amazing converters. Each one fits a certain style, a certain sound, a certain harmonic content. One takes clipping better than the other, depending on the material. And I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you have questions, again, leave them in the comment down below. Like I said at the beginning of the video, please keep supporting the channel. Use the super thanks. You can join as a member and access the library. You can get all the mix and mastering courses at mixbystv.com. You can also book mix and mastering with me in there, mix consultations, and a lot more. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay safe. See you next time.